Welcome Swan! In this video I will tell you how you can celebrate summer solstice, and you'll see what I did to celebrate in the most magical town in the UK, Glastonbury. So today is the day before the summer solstice, and it's really important to prepare for tomorrow, for the summer solstice. And so I'm so excited to be in the heart of Glastonbury and to start this wonderful portal with some cacao and a kirtan ceremony. And a kirtan, if you don't know, is chanting. And so the reason I say this is because before the summer solstice, the day before at least, you want to start getting into a high vibrational state. This is a very immense, powerful portal where you can really manifest and let so much light and abundance in. But the higher you vibrate, the better your manifestations will work, and of course the more and better you can manifest, the greater things you can attract. And before the summer solstice, it's a good time to pause and reflect, as well as keeping your vibe high, of course. And so for me, this cacao will really just keep me present. The kirtan will definitely make me super radiant and just connect with my inner self, but also make sure that I'm expressing it out into the world. Chanting in itself is a very radiant activity. It really opens up your chakras and it helps you to expand your energy out into the world. The day before is a good time to think about what you want. High vibe state, you will naturally realize that all of the junk, all of the negativity is just so not you right now, and so already you're stepping into a more positive timeline, into a more positive state, and you're leaving the negativity behind. I have also made a list of things that I want to let go of that don't serve me, and this is really key because before you get the maximum amount of light, you actually want to think, well, what is it that the darkness thereafter is going to start taking away from your life? And so shedding is a really big part of the summer solstice. Not only that, but you can think of it as getting rid of the clutter to make space for more high vibe things, for more positive things to enter your life. In the cacao ceremony, we first shared our intentions and what we want to call in. We did a group meditation, we then drank cacao and did some kirtan chanting. To finish the day off, I watched the sunset, and this is a great thing to do before summer solstice because this is the last sunset before the day starts shrinking. And so I thought about all of the things that I wanted to let go of. So today is summer solstice day. It's the 21st of June, but this video is of course timeless, so it doesn't matter. It's best to spend the day out in the sun and soak in the sun's rays and just really celebrate life, celebrate the harvest of nature where everything's blooming, everything is in full energy. The solstice is a very yang energy. It's very sort of masculine in that it's very action oriented. It's that power, that energy, that life force that makes things happen. So that is why it's the perfect day to work on your goals, think about your intentions, craft your goals, and it's great for making wishes and manifesting. Now ideally you would have done a plan and you would have sort of planted your seeds back in the spring equinox, but if you haven't done so, then don't worry, it's still possible to manifest from scratch on this day, so make sure you don't miss it, whatever year it is. So this yang powerful energy gives you that push to really make your dreams happen, and this is the day where you can really absorb and fill yourself up with energy, willpower, and the sort of discipline and action that you need to make your goals into reality. Alongside writing out your goals and wishes, it's also really good to write a gratefulness list. So essentially all of the things that you're grateful for, because the summer solstice is a celebration and it's acknowledging all of the abundance that is in your life. It's celebrating the vitality and the life around you. You know, nature is celebrating, it's in full bloom. And so before you manifest and call in, it's really great to acknowledge all that you already have. Doing high vibe activities like Kundalini yoga is perfect. This is what I did outside, and I really love Kundalini yoga because it has a exercise that really connects you to the energy of the fire, which is the breath of fire, and you really feel that vitality, you really feel yourself energized, and this breath and this practice is very purifying, just like the energy of the sun. The other symbolic thing about summer solstice is that you're supposed to absorb that energy that's going to keep you going throughout the cold and dark winter months. You see, when winter comes and we don't have as much sunlight, we become weaker, and as a consequence we can face illnesses, we can get ill very easily, we could even have troubles in our relationships because we don't have that inner light and energy to be able to balance ourselves, to be able to have harmonious relationships with others. And so this vitality, this happiness, this positivity is lacking. And so the one way that you can make sure that you don't have a miserable winter is to soak in the sun's rays, to spend your summer solstice with intention, and to really fill yourself up and fuel yourself for the winter. Now I'll tell you a story. A few years back, I actually went out and got drunk right on summer solstice day and didn't think much of it. But when it came to the winter months, when it came to November, December, I was just so stressed. My mental health was really bad. Things that I don't think otherwise would have bothered me really got to me, and I got super stressed. My immune system fell and I ended up getting really ill over the New Year's. So I had a really horrible December and a really horrible start to the year. And I don't think it's a coincidence that summer solstice, I didn't spend it with intention, I didn't keep my vibrations high. And I know it sounds really cliche and cringe, but it really is true. It's so important to get into a high vibrational state during these very portal like days. It essentially is a portal, and it's one where if you spend it correctly and you enter through the right door by being high vibrational, you will actually come to a much better place. I see it as almost like life having all of these different paths that you can go to, and these days are the point of crossroads. So you can choose whether you want to go up, or you can choose whether you want to go down and then have to get back up again to improve your life. Rituals that you can do during summer solstice day is work with crystals. So you could absolutely charge them during the day under the sunlight, and you would focus on crystals like citrine, sunstone, amber. You could do carnelian. So any crystal that promotes energy, vitality, creativity, maybe self-expression, confidence, very solar plexus related crystals would be great for this time. After you've charged them, maybe during the evening, take some in your hand and think about your intentions, and just focus on the crystal sending you this powerful, creative, confident energy for you to then express it out into the world. So that is how you could work with crystals for manifestation. Next, now with the bright illuminating rays of the sun, you could do a reading for yourself. So you could use either tarot or oracle cards to guide you. You can ask questions that are bothering you, perhaps get some guidance on what you should do next to achieve your goals. If you don't know how to read tarot, that's fine. I learnt by searching up the meanings of the cards. I didn't know how to read, so this is a great way to learn. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video inspired you to celebrate. Next time, whenever that is for you, please do comment if you liked this video so I know to make more of these nature cycle based videos.